What if something as ordinary as a daily shower could slowly damage your body without you even knowing it? That's the question Dr. Anthony Fauci has been urging older adults to consider. Known worldwide for his leadership in public health, Dr. Fauci has spent decades at the forefront of disease prevention, vaccine development, and aging research. While many recognize him from the global stage, his more quiet ongoing focus has been senior health. How small lifestyle habits can create long-term consequences in people over 70. One of the most surprising discoveries in this field, daily bathing may actually be doing more harm than good. As we age, our skin undergoes a fundamental biological shift. After 70, the skin's outermost layer, the epidermis, begins to thin, while the dermis beneath it loses collagen and elastin, making the skin less elastic and more fragile. Meanwhile, sebaceous glands that once produced a healthy layer of protective oils significantly reduce output. Sweat glands too slow down. All of this leads to one major issue. The skin becomes dry, brittle, and far more vulnerable to environmental stress. This becomes particularly dangerous when paired with daily bathing routines that were harmless or even beneficial in youth. Hot water strips away what little natural oil remains. Harsh soaps disrupt the skin's pH balance, often hovering between 4.5 and 5.5 in healthy adults. Combined, these habits compromise the skin's barrier, leaving it open to a cascade of problems. At first, it may start with mild dryness, a sensation of tightness after showering. Then comes the itching. For many, that turns into xerosis, a clinical term for severely dry skin. The skin becomes scaly, cracked, and inflamed. These cracks can bleed, catch on clothing, and more critically become entry points for bacteria and fungi. For seniors with weakened immune systems or underlying health conditions like diabetes, this isn't a cosmetic issue. It's a legitimate health risk. Dr. Fauci has seen this countless times in his practice patients who experience discomfort, disrupted sleep, and even skin infections, all traced back to one misunderstood habit: overbathing. In fact, dermatological studies from the University of California and the University of Pittsburgh have shown a strong link between frequent hot showers and increased skin deterioration in older adults. While the intention behind a daily shower may be to feel refreshed and clean for those in their 70s and beyond, the outcome can be the opposite: discomfort, risk, and long-term damage to the skin's protective system. This is where senior health tips evolve. Adjusting the bathing routine to 2 or 3 times a week using warm, not hot water, and switching to pH-balanced, fragrance-free cleansers can dramatically improve skin condition and quality of life. Now, here's the question. Has your skin changed as you've gotten older? Could your daily shower be quietly working against you? Tell us in the comments. Your story could help someone else rethink what clean really means after 70. In a society where cleanliness is often equated with daily washing, few people question whether that routine still makes sense after age 70. But modern science has revealed something surprising and potentially life-saving. Less bathing may actually reduce the risk of infection in older adults. According to research published in the New England Journal of Medicine, seniors who reduce their bathing frequency, limiting full-body showers to just 2 or 3 times per week, experience fewer skin tears. These are not superficial scratches. For aging skin, they're serious injuries with real consequences. Why? Because the skin after 70 becomes extremely fragile. Its structure weakens due to lower collagen and elastin levels, reduce cell turnover, and diminish circulation. This means that even small injuries like a scrape from clothing or a minor bump take far longer to heal. The body's ability to defend itself is compromised, and what might seem like a harmless nick can become a dangerous open wound. Skin tears in particular create an open doorway for bacteria such as Staphylococcus aureus or Streptococcus. These pathogens can lead to cellulitis abscesses or, in the worst cases, systemic infections like sepsis. For seniors with weakened immune systems or chronic illnesses, such complications are not just uncomfortable, they can be life-threatening. The link between frequent bathing and skin vulnerability lies in how soap and water affect aging skin. Each hot shower strips away the lipid bilayer, a thin protective layer of fats and oils that holds skin cells together and maintains moisture. Harsh detergents break down proteins like keratin, which gives skin its strength and elasticity. The result? Skin that's brittle, prone to cracking, and more susceptible to infection. Even the act of scrubbing, which many associate with feeling truly clean, adds mechanical stress that accelerates skin breakdown. Over time, this daily cycle of hot water, soap, and friction leads to a network of micro-tears, tiny wounds that become entry points for harmful microbes. That's why for adults over 70, the smarter choice is often to scale back. Bathing every other day, or just 2 to 3 times per week, allows the skin time to recover and rebuild its natural defenses. Senior health tips from dermatologists increasingly promote spot cleaning with a soft cloth and warm water. This method focuses on high sweat areas like the underarms, groin, and feet, while preserving the skin elsewhere. The benefits of this approach go beyond infection prevention. Seniors who bathe less report fewer skin issues, less irritation, and greater comfort overall. In many cases, they also avoid the fatigue and physical strain associated with daily showers, especially important for those with limited mobility. When it comes to senior health, the goal isn't just hygiene, it's protection. And sometimes protecting the skin means stepping away from outdated habits in favor of safer, more effective routines. Here's a question for you. Have you or someone you love ever experienced unexpected skin injuries, especially after bathing? Could it be time to reconsider how often that full-body shower really needs to happen? Let us know in the comments. Your experience might help others stay healthier longer. Clean doesn't always mean safe. For adults over 70, the most dangerous part of a daily bath isn't the soap or the heat. It's the floor beneath their feet. According to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 1 in 4 Americans aged 65 and older experiences a fall each year. These incidents account for millions of emergency room visits, countless hip fractures, and most concerning, a significant number of deaths. Many of these falls occur in one of the most overlooked danger zones, the bathroom. The American Geriatric Society has raised repeated warnings about this. For older adults, the combination of wet tile, soap, steam, and physical fatigue creates a perfect storm for accidents. And daily bathing routines, while intended to support personal hygiene, significantly increase the number of high-risk moments seniors must navigate. After 70, our bodies begin to lose critical elements of physical stability, muscle mass. Declines, joints stiffen, and conditions like neuropathy or arthritis interfere with coordination. These changes make it harder to balance on one leg, step over a tub edge, or move safely across a slick shower floor. Dr. Anthony Fauci, whose clinical and research work has long included elder safety protocols, has pointed out that these risks are often invisible until it's too late. The routine itself feels harmless: step in, wash, step out. But for someone already experiencing age-related frailty, it can quickly become overwhelming. Every added trip into that environment multiplies the danger. Fogged up glasses, dizziness from hot water, or just morning grogginess can all contribute to a serious fall. And the consequences: a broken femur, traumatic brain injury, or long-term hospitalization, often marking the end of independent living. The smarter move, according to a growing number of geriatric care experts, is to reduce exposure. Bathing once or twice a week supplemented with sponge baths or gentle sink washes dramatically reduces the number of risky entries into the bathroom. Equally important are preventative home modifications. Installing grab bars using non-slip mats, switching to a shower bench, or ensuring proper lighting can all lower the odds of injury. But none of those changes replace the simple, powerful act of reducing how often a senior needs to be in that slippery environment. For caregivers, this isn't a call to relax hygiene standards. It's a shift in priorities. Safety must come before routine. When a fall can mean the difference between aging in place or losing independence, it's not about whether someone smells clean. It's about whether they stay standing. What if your body already knew how to keep you clean better than any soap ever could? It might sound odd, even irresponsible, to suggest that the human body can clean itself, but that's exactly what research in dermatology and microbiology is now confirming. And for adults over 70, it's not just a scientific curiosity. It's a practical, powerful truth that could protect fragile skin and improve long-term well-being. The human skin isn't just a protective shell. It's a dynamic, living ecosystem. On its surface lives the skin microbiome. Billions of beneficial microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, even microscopic mites that work in harmony with the body to maintain balance. These organisms perform vital tasks. They consume dead skin cells, neutralize harmful invaders, and produce natural compounds that protect against infection. Dr. Anthony Fauci has followed the evolution of this science closely. In his view, it presents a major opportunity for enhancing hygiene practices among older adults. After decades of promoting rigorous hand washing and surface disinfection in the public health sphere, Dr. Fauci now sees the need for a more nuanced message when it comes to bathing. In old age, less can be more, especially for the skin. Here's why. As we get older, oil production from sebaceous glands drops significantly. That natural oil called sebum forms a protective barrier that helps trap moisture and repel dirt. Hot water and alkaline soaps strip this barrier away. Frequent bathing doesn't just remove sweat and surface debris, it also destroys the beneficial bacteria and healthy oils that keep skin functioning properly. Without these defenses, the skin becomes vulnerable, dry, cracked, irritated. And once that balance is disrupted, issues like eczema, allergic reactions, and infections become far more common. For seniors with already weakened skin and slower cell regeneration, this disruption can be long-lasting. But when we reduce the frequency of full-body bathing, we give the skin a chance to stabilize. Beneficial microbes repopulate. The skin's natural oil layer rebuilds. Dead skin cells slough off gradually through a process called desquamation, shedding tiny bits of surface debris, without any help from scrubbing or soap. It's nature's own rinse cycle, and it's remarkably effective when left undisturbed. This doesn't mean hygiene should be ignored. Areas with higher sweat production, such as the underarms, groin, feet, and hands, still require regular attention. But instead of a daily full-body soak, older adults can opt for warm cloth wipes, gentle rinsing, or pH-balanced cleansers used sparingly. These small changes preserve the skin's microbial balance while still supporting cleanliness and dignity. Historical evidence supports this shift. For centuries, people lived without daily showers, and their skin adapted. It's only in the last 100 years that commercial advertising has tied the idea of clean to constant soap and water. But when viewed through the lens of elderly wisdom, we start to question whether this cultural standard truly serves older adults. In reality, stepping back from overbathing may be a step forward for comfort, for health, and for honoring how the human body was designed to work. Here's a fact that surprises nearly every patient I speak with. Most seniors only need to bathe once or twice a week. And no, that's not about being lazy, it's about being smart. Over the years, Dr. Anthony Fauci has worked with countless older adults struggling with persistent skin issues, recurring infections, and even fatigue that no one could explain. Often the culprit wasn't an illness, it was a habit. A habit so deeply ingrained in American culture, we hardly question it: the daily bath. But today's medical consensus is shifting. Leading authorities, including the American Academy of Dermatology and researchers at Johns Hopkins University, are now recommending a different standard for personal hygiene in older adults, one that's tailored to aging skin energy levels and individual lifestyle. And it starts with rethinking how often we step into the shower. As we age, our skin produces less oil. Our immune response slows, and our ability to recover from minor irritation diminishes. Add to that less physical activity and a slower sweat response, and the need for a daily full-body bath begins to fade. For many seniors, daily bathing does little except strip the skin, exhaust the body, and increase risk of falls or injury. Dr. Fauci points out that there's no one-size-fits-all rule. But the old belief that you're dirty if you don't bathe every day simply doesn't hold up. A sedentary 74-year-old living in a cool climate has completely different hygiene needs than a 78-year-old who gardens and exercises daily. It's not about lowering standards. It's about applying science and common sense. And when we do, the benefits are clear. Bathing once or twice a week, especially when paired with daily spot cleaning of the underarms, groin, and feet, helps maintain hygiene while protecting the skin's natural defenses. This approach reduces dryness, lowers the chance of skin breakdown, and preserves energy for the things that really matter: movement, social connection, and independence. There are also practical perks. Fewer full baths mean fewer slips, less time spent drying and dressing, and less strain for those with mobility limitations. With the help of caregivers or simple tools like handheld shower heads and shower chairs, bathing becomes less of a burden and more of a personalized ritual. Culturally, this shift may feel radical. For generations, we've been taught that daily bathing is a sign of discipline, dignity, and routine. But as elderly wisdom reminds us, dignity isn't about keeping old habits, it's about adapting to what our bodies need now. Dr. Fauci encourages his patients to work with their healthcare providers to find the right rhythm. Maybe that's 2 showers a week, Maybe that's one with extra focus on hand washing, oral hygiene, and fresh clothing. Either way, the message is clear. It's not about bathing less, it's about bathing better. Bathing may seem like a routine task, but for seniors over 70, it can quietly become one of the most physically demanding and medically risky parts of the day. The Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, has spotlighted this often overlooked issue, showing how daily showers can lead to exhaustion, exacerbate chronic health conditions, and contribute to long-term fatigue in older adults. What once felt simple, stepping into a warm stream of water, can transform into a serious physiological challenge. Let's break it down. Standing under warm water for even 10 to 15 minutes causes vasodilation, where blood vessels expand in response to heat. While this may sound harmless, it can lead to sudden drops in blood pressure. For seniors with cardiovascular concerns or circulatory issues, this can result in dizziness, lightheadedness, and even fainting, particularly dangerous in a wet, slippery environment. Respiratory function also comes into play. Seniors with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, or weakened lungs often struggle to breathe comfortably in hot, humid conditions. The steam that soothes younger bodies can cause panting discomfort or shortness of breath in those with compromised lung capacity. Then there's the mechanical strain. According to the CDC, nearly half of Americans over 65 live with some form of arthritis. Simple movements like bending to wash feet, reaching behind to scrub the back, or gripping a bar of soap can inflame joints and trigger pain. The act of entering and exiting a bathtub requires balance and strength, especially challenging for those with neuropathy or reduced muscle mass. But the toll doesn't stop there. After the bath comes drying off, dressing, and recovering. For many seniors, this process consumes so much energy that they need to rest immediately afterward. Some skip meals, delay medication, or avoid social interaction simply because they're too drained from bathing. This cumulative fatigue can feed into a cycle, one where essential self-care becomes dreaded, delayed, or avoided altogether. And for seniors who already face isolation or mobility issues, that cycle is dangerous, not just physically, but emotionally. That's why geriatric experts now recommend a lighter, more personalized approach. Bathing once or twice a week with the support of tools like shower chairs, handheld nozzles, and warm, well-lit bathrooms can preserve both physical stamina and mental well-being. On off days, a simple sponge bath can maintain hygiene without triggering exhaustion. Studies show that reduced bathing frequency correlates with improved energy levels and lower reports of daily fatigue. For seniors, conserving energy means preserving the ability to engage in what matters: meals with family, walks in the park, or conversations with friends. Dialing back the shower routine isn't a step backward. It's a proactive strategy to protect vitality and ensure that bathing remains a manageable, comfortable part of aging, not a silent source of struggle. What if everything we thought we knew about hygiene was too rigid for the realities of aging? For decades, personal cleanliness has been equated with daily full-body bathing. It's a cultural norm embedded in advertisements, military discipline, and family routines. But for seniors over 70, that rigid approach often leads to more harm than good. And today, experts are urging us to redefine hygiene in a way that's more practical, safer, and just as effective. Dr. Anthony Fauci has long emphasized that hygiene is not synonymous with bathing. True hygiene is about health, dignity, and personal comfort, not how often someone steps into a shower. And in older adults, that difference becomes critical. The key lies in understanding what actually keeps the body clean. It's not necessarily the frequency of water exposure. Instead, it's strategic attention to high-risk areas, consistent grooming, and use of smart alternatives. For example, wet wipes are an excellent option for cleaning underarms, groin, and feet. They're gentle, effective, and eliminate the need to navigate a slippery tub. Hand washing remains one of the most powerful tools to prevent illness, especially for seniors who are more vulnerable to infection. Oral hygiene, often overlooked in conversations about cleanliness, plays a huge role in maintaining not just fresh breath, but heart and brain health as well. Fresh clothing, especially undergarments, helps wick away moisture and reduces bacterial buildup. Dry shampoo and quick combing can keep hair looking clean and tidy without requiring a full wash. For seniors with mobility challenges, chronic pain or fatigue, these tools aren't just alternatives, they're lifelines. They allow hygiene to happen on their terms without fear of slipping, straining, or collapsing from exhaustion. This adaptive model is already backed by research in geriatric nursing. Studies show that seniors who use spot cleaning methods report feeling just as clean, socially confident, and mentally well as those who bathe daily. More importantly, they experience fewer skin problems and less emotional distress. It's time to recognize that daily full-body bathing isn't the only way to stay clean, and for many older adults, it's no longer the best way. Hygiene must evolve with the body it serves. That evolution honors the wisdom, resilience, and changing needs of the aging process. Practical hygiene is flexible. It allows for choice, comfort, and control. And in doing so, it helps seniors maintain both physical health and emotional confidence without unnecessary risk. In the end, being clean isn't just about water and soap. It's about well-being. And that definition should expand with age, not stay stuck in old habits. If there's one truth I've learned through decades of caring for older adults, it's this. Aging isn't about doing less, it's about doing what matters in ways that make sense for the body you live in now. We've just explored 7 surprising facts that challenge everything we've been taught about bathing. And while the idea of bathing less might feel strange at first, the science is clear for people over 70. Hygiene isn't about how often you soak, it's about how wisely you care for your body. Daily showers may have served you well in your 40s or 50s. But after 70, your skin changes. Your energy reserves change. Your risk profile changes, and so your habits must evolve too. That evolution isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. Whether it's protecting delicate skin, preventing falls, conserving energy, or preserving independence, every adjustment you make is a step toward living more comfortably, more safely, and more confidently. A full-body shower every day isn't what keeps you healthy anymore. It's thoughtful care, adapted routines, and trust in your body's natural rhythms. That might mean switching to sponge baths, or skipping the tub in favor of wipes, dry shampoo, and clean clothes. It might mean asking for help just enough to stay steady while you focus on what truly brings you joy. It also means letting go of outdated ideas that no longer serve you. You don't have to prove anything by sticking to old routines. There's dignity in choosing what works for you now, not what worked decades ago. There's freedom in simplicity. And there's strength in trusting your body's signals. So here's your gentle reminder. You're not less clean for bathing less. You're not less capable for needing rest. You're not less independent for making adjustments. In fact, these choices reflect clarity, self-awareness, and a lifetime of learning. That's what real care looks like in this stage of life. That's what elderly wisdom sounds like. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this video helped shift your perspective or gave you a new tool to support someone you love, I'd be honored if you'd leave a comment below. Give it a like and subscribe to the Senior Guide channel. There's so much more we're going to explore together: stories, science, and real-life tips to help you age with grace and power. Until next time, stay safe, stay comfortable, and trust your body. It's been doing more than you realize all along.